Beneath the quiet beauty of Surrey's Hindhead lies the old A3, a road that is a ghost in itself. Once known as the Portsmouth Road, this ancient route connected London to the coast for centuries. It was a lifeline. But as time rolled on, the stretch near Hindhead became notorious for bottlenecks and danger. In 2011, the A3 was diverted underground through the Hindhead Tunnel, leaving the old road fade into silence. Hello everyone! Today we're walking through dark history, a little bit of mystery and spooky. From the eerie quiet of the Devil's Punch Bowl to the site of an old roadside crime, past the hill where bodies once swung in the wind. And then, right at the end, there's one stop, a spot tucked away, far from the road, but just as full of strange tales. The Devil's Punch Bowl. All the tales say that the devil himself carved this out in an act of pure rage, alongside the Devil's Dyke as well, which we visited a while back. Some whisper that it's bottomless. In 1786, a sailor, of which we still don't know the name, was passing through here. He was heading back to Portsmouth, stopped off at the Red Lion in Thursley, and became acquainted with three men, James Marshall, Michael Casey, and Edward Longren, which claimed to be sailors too. The sailor treated them to food and drinks. They left all together, allegedly headed towards Portsmouth, but the three lured the sailor towards Hindhead, up through the hills, and somewhere along the way they turned. They walked all the way up this hill. They killed him, they stripped him, robbed him, and dumped his body in a hollow. It didn't take long for them to get caught, as they were trying to sell the sailors' possessions nearby just a few hours later. They weren't very clever. They were found, tried and hanged the following year, right here on Gibbet Hill. Now, they built a sailor's stone around here, which is not too far from where the three men were hanged, and this is thought to be the place where the sailor was killed. A curse was added to the stone, as it was stolen on multiple occasions, but it was always returned. The village of Thursley gave the sailor a proper burial, but some say that his spirit still walks this stretch of road, trying to finish the journey he never got to complete. Now, a little bit of a background on this. I came here on Monday and I had some K2 activity, not near the stone, but just a little bit further down. So my assumption is that where the sailor was killed is just a little bit further down. So what we're going to do, I'm going to check this to see if it happens again. So my phone is in airplane mode, and there is activity near the stone. And you see it comes and goes. It's not constant. And can you see? It's flashing. I think that this is where the sailor got killed. Some of the things that were said, apparently there was someone else that was killed on the stretch of the road, and being the old A road, look at this, being on the A road, we assume that other people actually died around here. It's very active here. Interesting, isn't it? Now, not too far from here is Gibbet Hill. Gibbet Hill. The name is not subtle, is it? Charles Dickens wrote about this place in Nicholas Nickleby, but it wasn't the only one. Bram Stoker, the very mastermind behind Dracula, didn't just pass by Gibbet Hill. He actually lived close by in Tilford during the late 1800s. Stoker penned a short ghost story called Gibbet Hill. Now, this was published in 1890 as a Christmas story. However, it was rediscovered in 2024, so only last year. While Gibbet Hill might not be a direct retelling of the sailor story, Stoker honed in a specific place. The story doesn't seem to be his real-life experience, but still something here piqued his interest. The three were arrested, tried and hanged right here on Gibbet Hill. In 1851, Sir William Earl put up a Celtic cross on the spot where the gibbet was. That was to appease the locals who claimed that this spot was haunted and cursed. Now, there are 4 writings on the 4 sides of the cross. Post obitum salus, which is salvation after death. In obitu pax, peace in death. In luce or in luce, depends on pronunciation. So I'm going to do it in the Italian way. In luce spes, which is hope in light. And the last one, post tenebras lux, which means light after darkness. But despite the cross, the stories of the ghostly figures lurking around the memorial stone continue to persist, and they add to the area's reputation as a place of spectral activity. When I was here with my friend, we had the key to up, and we had some activity here. I don't know how many people were killed on the gibbet over here, but there must have been a few. Shall we have a walk around again? See if there's anything that comes up. It was around here that I got some activity the other day. And guess what? Nothing is flashing. Is anyone here with us today? Well, whatever was here on Monday is not here with us anymore. Okay, that's weird. There's one last place that we're going to visit, and that is a little bit off route, but it's quite interesting, and it has a fascinating name. It is called the Temple of the Four Winds. This place is quite fascinating. There's so many hallways. It's actually quite dark and eerie. And the temple should be just ahead. The lodge, known as the Temple of the Four Winds, was built around 1910 by Viscount Surrey. a leading shipbuilder and businessman. The Viscount used to enjoy the extensive views from there. Sadly, the lodge fell in disrepair and it was vandalized in 1959, and by 1966 it was a hazard and had to be dismantled, and this is all that remains of the temple now. The four winds are associated with mystical powers, druids, ceremonies, or gates to other realms. The name is probably just a modern or poetic interpretation, but there's been some strange phenomena reported around here. People claim to be hearing whispers and experiencing cold spots and seeing fleeting figures among the trees. Now, we came here with the K2. We had no activity. I absolutely love it here. Amazing place. Well, I think it's time to go home. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a thumb up, and I shall see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye!